I thought while I was tying flies, I'd tie another fly. This is another bedspread fly. It's a chartreuse. I'm using a mushroom head here, or an Ogee head, and it is 132. I'm going to put a thread base on. Even the head's a little different. Basically the tying is the same, so let's put a thread base down. And I guess the more you see these tied on different shaped heads, the more encouraged you will be to try it yourself. Why a black head? I did chartreuse heads, but to be honest with you, Ty and Wayne at the Plateau Fly Shop said they liked their heads black. Said it didn't matter what you tied on it, the black sort of represents an eye. So we're doing it on black. I like to again put a little flash in the tail. So here I am, watch my fingers. Here I am using my Madeira thread for the flash and tying that on. Flashing, tying on, come on back, and I get my chartreuse material. This is the thinner bedspread yarn, or softball yarn, 2.2. It works out really great. Doing the bag at the back, I'm going to double this up, make a little loop. This is going to be for my bushy tail, and that seems to be the attractor. I think the tail attracts. Don't know why fish like this fly, but they do. Wind my thread to the front. I'm going to put a whip finish in because I want to use my whip. I want to use my rotary vise, and it seems like every time I don't use my rotary vise, I hear a little comment from Branson. Mr. Paul gives me a call. So we're ready here. I got my string in a holder. I'm going to put a little epoxy on, little super glue. I'm now going to take my material and using my rotary vise, wind it to the front. Nice thing about a rotary vise is you can keep it nice and even. I want to come back again. Careful not to get my hook. I'm going to come up again. I've got a nice body, so I'll take my thread holder, thread off my thread holder. I want to now, don't crash everything. I want to lock in my material, my yarn. Okay, get that locked down pretty good. Make sure I got it tight before I cut it. Okay, now I'm going to trim off my excess. I do like this color. And I'm going to secure down that yarn. To speed it up, and you've seen me do this before, build up a little thread base there. And now I'm going to tie in a couple of wood finishers. Trim this off. I like to have gills on my flies, so let's put a little red gills on. I've caught my thread, but just to make sure it's secure, I'm going to twist it around take my tag end, twist it around my main thread, come on up, go around a couple of times, Do it again, then I know my thread is locked in and that is not going to come off. Trim off the excess of the tag end. Put my hands up there and let's get a little red built up, little gills built up. Looks good. Got a squeaky spool there. Okay. Put my whip finisher on. And again, I'm going to double it up. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this overkill? Yeah, it probably is. But while you're fishing it, if it's a good fly and the fish are biting, that thread's not going to come apart. And just to be sure, a little Dave's Flex Cement will not hurt at all either. Now I'm going to trim up the tail. Do I want both flashings there? I don't think so. I'm going to take one of them off. You can have too much flashing. So now I'm going to just decide where the length I want my tail. I trim all of them. I think I get some new scissors. Now with the bedspread yarn, because, excuse me, we looped it, I've got to take the threads out of each one of those pieces of the loop. And it just crisscrosses itself. After a while you get pretty good at this, but if you take it out, it's going to open the combed cotton yarn, and it's going to it does something in the water. I don't know what, and the fish like it. Can't explain it, but it does catch fish. We got another thread we're going to take off. And there's another one. And there's one more in there. Okay. And there we have it. We have, oh, I also need to, because this was thread, the Madeira, I want to take those, it was wound together, I want to take it off. So now we have, there's our fly, a chartreuse with a black head. I think it looks pretty good. And again, Ty and Wayne says the black just represents the eye. And they don't think that a colored head makes any difference. So we've got one tied, we'll try it. Thanks for watching.